The scariest killers aren't always the biggest. From least to most deadly, this ranking will completely change what you fear. Today, we're ranking the deadliest animals on Earth by one brutal metric: how many humans they kill every single year. Forget claws, fangs, and Hollywood monsters. The real number one is smaller than your fingernail. Stick with me to the end because the top spot kills more people annually than every animal below it combined. We ranked these using widely cited public health and wildlife estimates, real death tolls, not scary stories. Let's start from the bottom and climb toward the deadliest creature alive. Kicking things off at number 10, the shark, feared by millions, but responsible for only around 10 human deaths a year. Sharks star in every summer nightmare, yet you're statistically more likely to be killed by a falling vending machine. Most attacks are cases of mistaken identity. A surfer's silhouette looks a lot like a seal from below. Great whites, bulls, and tigers get the headlines, but they're near the bottom of this list for a reason. That's the twist of this ranking. Fear and body count almost never match up. Hollywood built an entire industry on shark terror, but the actual danger lives somewhere else entirely on this list. Which brings us to number 9. At number 9, the wolf, with roughly 10 to 15 recorded human fatalities each year, mostly in remote regions of Asia and Eastern Europe. Wolves are cautious, intelligent hunters, and healthy packs generally avoid people entirely. The rare attacks usually involve rabies or animals pushed into human territory by shrinking wild habitat. Compared to their reputation in folklore, wolves are shockingly low on any real death chart. But the next predator on our list actively hunts humans on purpose, and its kill count is more than 10 times higher. Sliding into number 8, the lion, credited with around 200 human deaths per year across parts of Africa. Certain prides, especially in Tanzania and Mozambique, have learned that a lone human is easier prey than a buffalo. Historic man-eaters, like the lions of Savo, killed dozens of railway workers in just a few months. Lions are 5 to 10 times deadlier than sharks and wolves, yet they still don't crack the top half. That should tell you exactly how dangerous the rest of this list gets, because the numbers only climb from here. At number 7, the African elephant, responsible for roughly 500 human deaths every year. It's easy to forget that elephants weigh 6 tons and can outrun most people in a straight sprint. Bulls and must, mothers protecting calves, and elephants displaced by farming are all common triggers. A single stomp or tusk strike ends things instantly. There's simply no defense against that much mass. Elephants outkill lions more than 2 to 1, but the next animal on this list is deadlier still, and it lives in the water. Charging in at number 6, the hippopotamus, blamed for around 500 deaths annually in Africa. Hippos look like slow, chubby bath toys, but they're wildly territorial and can hit 30 kilometers per hour on land. Their jaws snap boats in half and they'll attack anything, including crocodiles, that gets between them and water. Locals in the Nile and Zambezi basins fear hippos far more than any big cat or shark. Halfway through this ranking, and we haven't even scratched the top 5. The real killers are still ahead. Do you agree with the order so far? Comment your current pick for number 1 before I reveal mine. At number 5, the crocodile, with an estimated 1,000 human deaths every year. Saltwater and Nile crocodiles are ambush killers, with the strongest measured bite force of any living animal. They lurk motionless at the water's edge, then explode upward with a strike almost no prey ever escapes. Riverside villages across Africa, Australia, and South Asia lose people to crocodiles every single month. That's twice the death toll of hippos or elephants, but the next tier of this ranking is on a completely different planet. Coming in at number 4, the tsetse fly, tied to around 10,000 deaths a year through African sleeping sickness. This insect is barely larger than a housefly, but its bite delivers a parasite that attacks the brain. Untreated, sleeping sickness slowly destroys the nervous system. Coma and death are the final stages. 10,000 deaths from something you can swat with a newspaper is a genuinely unsettling number. Before we get to the top 3, this next killer deserves a serious mention, and it's not even an animal most people have heard of. At number 3, the assassin bug, responsible for around 10,000 deaths a year from Chagas disease across Latin America. It's called the kissing bug because it bites near the mouth while people sleep, then leaves parasites in its droppings. Chagas can silently damage the heart for decades before killing its host without warning. Millions of people are infected right now and don't even know it. That's how quiet and patient this killer is. You might disagree with this ranking so far. Drop your own top 3 in the comments, and let's argue about it. Now we're entering the territory where the numbers stop feeling real. Slithering in at number 2, the snake, with roughly 100,000 human deaths every year. Cobras, kraits, saw-scaled vipers, and the black mamba do most of the damage across South Asia and sub-Saharan Africa. Anti-venom exists, but it's expensive, region-specific, and often hours away from the people who need it most. A single krait bite can kill a sleeping villager before sunrise without them ever waking up. 100,000 deaths a year is a staggering number, but our number 1 is roughly 10 times worse than that. And now for the deadliest animal on Earth. At number 1, the mosquito, linked to somewhere between 700,000 and 1 million human deaths every year. Malaria, dengue, yellow fever, Zika, and West Nile, all delivered by a bug that weighs less than a raindrop. Mosquitoes have shaped human history, killing more people over time than every war ever fought. They don't stalk you, they don't roar, and they don't need teeth. They just quietly change the fate of entire nations. Compared to a mosquito, a shark, a lion, or even a crocodile barely registers on the actual global danger scale. That's why fear is such a terrible guide. The real killers are usually the ones we ignore. Quick recap of the top 3, assassin bugs at 3, snakes at 2, and mosquitoes taking a runaway number 1. Do you agree with this ranking, or did I put something in the wrong spot? Drop your own number 1 in the comments. I read them, and I might feature your pick next time. If this ranking rewired your fear list, the strongest bite forces on Earth ranking will absolutely wreck it too. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. New rankings drop every week, and next time we settle an even bigger debate. Because the animals people fear the most are almost never the ones you should. This ranking is based on general research and is meant to inform and entertain for educational and entertainment purposes only.